Hi everyone, and welcome to our webinar regarding remote working in the support sector and whether or not this is going to be the new normal for us all. And also we'll have a look at what we've learned, during COVID-19. Right, so our presenters for you today are myself, Lisa Walters. Some of you already know me, I've spoken to you before. And I'm actually the iPlanet client consultant for Australia and New Zealand. And previously, I've had 12 years experience in the sector, mainly working in aged care and intellectual disability. And my main role was really in a training role. And we're also lucky to have Thomas Dew with us today, who's our iPlanet Client Director for Australia and New Zealand. And he has 18 years experience, in the sector, not only here in Australia, but also overseas. And he also has lots of managerial experience as well. So I'm just going to give you a little overview of what we'll be focusing on today. And so basically, we want to have a look at what the response has been to the impact of coronavirus and what has been, forced upon it. And what has been the subsequent response to that? And also we'll be having a look at how technology can really help with this response. And in particular, we'll be looking at iPlanet and how that can help. And then we'll be moving on to the iPlanet demonstration, which Thomas will be doing for you. And we'll be focusing on the functionality that is relevant to remote working. And so, we've all seen the headlines and to be making the news. And of course, the main news to start with was really all about the planning beforehand. And then when the virus actually kicked in, there was a lot of concern over whether our hospitals would be able to cope, if we had, the right amount of PPE available. There was lots of talk about whether there would be enough ventilators to go around and lots of discussion around the impact on jobs and the economy. However, other than the concern of the impact of coronavirus on the elderly and the aged care facilities, the rest of the sector has really, been left out a bit. And I know many of you have been worried about the possibilities of so many things like staff shortages, maintaining a safe work environment for your staff, not knowing how long this pandemic is going to run for. You'll be worried about your finances and also how you're going to be able to continue to provide services for the people you support. And there are so many things that are impacting the sector, like isolation of people supported and a significant impact on their mental health and well-being. This has been a real priority for providers to make sure their people are coping through a very unusual time for them. Also, for those of you who are caring and supporting people of high needs, this is an essential service and cannot be done remotely. It needs to be provided by trained staff. And on top of all of this, you need to be very organised on the deployment of what may be limited resources. The impact has been absolutely huge. Organisations are having to change their service delivery, in some cases reduce services or provide some services remotely using video calls, etc. And of course, having to do some work from home, from the home office. However, through all of this, there may be even some lessons learned and some changes to be made, like how we can build more resistance in the future and, how technology can help us moving forward. So let's have a look at how iPlanet can support remote working. Now, iPlanet is cloud-based and can be used on any device from anywhere. And also you have real-time data for managing operations and monitoring your organisation and what is being delivered from wherever you are and wherever you might be. It's also configurable, so you can configure your system to monitor, record or log certain information that is COVID related or anything else your organisation may find necessary. I'm sure the COVID situation is not going to last forever, thank goodness, but it's good to be, prepared if a situation like this ever happens again in the future. It greatly improves communication with your staff, having access to management no matter where they may be. And also because of the unique architecture of our planet, it's built around, the person supported. So they have their client portal to log into, and they can invite their family and friends to share their plans and goals. They can also message their support staff, family, friends, and management. And some of our customers are using the portal to, involve their social workers, maybe district nurses, and others who may be involved in their circle of support. And that really helps support cooperation and integration in services, which on a wider scale is something that needs to be looked at. And, obviously, the less fragmenting of services, the better it is for the client supporters. So what we've found so far is that we have spoken to a lot of our existing customers to see how iPlanet is being used to support their remote working and new models. So messaging, our messaging system is really important for keeping in touch and exchanging information for teams that may now be widely dispersed and might not have, the line of sight that they were used to. The invited guest element, where people supported are able to involve their family and friends in the circle of support and keep that communication going, is absolutely vital during times like this. And notes and logs is very helpful to keep the support staff going with their notes. They can do this on a daily basis, no matter where they are or on their mobile phones if needed. And as you can see on the screenshot, there's an example of a COVID-19 specific note there, where they can track an individual's journey, whether they may be asymptomatic or whether they may have symptoms. And this obviously is very helpful. And individuals also have a calendar which is being used so people supported can see what is coming up. Now, even though a lot of their activities, at the moment may be on hold, it's still useful for so many other things. For example, a customer was saying to me the other day that, it was great to be able to put a little reminder in the calendar for one of their clients who was feeling quite lonely and isolated, that they were going to be having a Skype call with mum every night. So very, very beneficial in helping your clients, keep up to date and also feel included. And on the location level, the location notes and location calendar is being used a lot by customers who may have group homes or various locations where they provide services. And, this enables them for exchanging notes for specific areas or specific services they're providing. It helps management to have an oversight of what's going on in the different locations. And also it's proving to be very helpful for staff teams to see where their risk may be, who is coming and going, and to keep on track of infection control and those sort of things, as well as their daily notes. And of course, iPlanet. Here is our iPlanet modules, and you can see in the centre there, we have in the blue colour is our 10 core modules, and these core modules have been designed to suit any type of organisation, no matter what type they are, and they come standard with any of our iPlanet implementations. In saying that, All the modules can be configured and personalised to suit the specific organisation. And just around the outside in red, there's an extra 10 modules. And we've added these 10 modules because obviously one size doesn't fit all. So our customers can choose from these modules which ones they would like to add to their system. And for the purpose of today's webinar, we'll be focusing on the modules which help most with remote working.